Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of You Were Meant for More. So, I'm going to check something out because we're doing something a little bit different with the sound on. And I don't know if you can hear the sound, but I want to double check to see if it is something that we can hear or if it's too loud. Can you hear me? Am I speaking over it if you're joining me live? So, let me double check right now and see how this comes out. No, you actually can't hear the sound. Okay, so I wanted to check the audio. Last week, the audio was actually not doing well. And here, the audio is doing it sounds like it's doing the same thing. So let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you're joining me live. If the audio sounds great, let me know. Because we're all always about technical issues going on just to make sure we are following with a flow, right? So just know that we're always doing things to upgrade the experience. So, bear with me. So, if you're joining me live, all right, Martha, thank you for joining me live. How do I sound? Do I sound clear? Is it muffled? What experience are you getting? And since perfect, she said it is good. Awesome. Thank you, Martha. I appreciate you. All right, everyone. So let's go ahead and jump in. So, welcome back, like I said, to another episode of You Were Meant for More. I'm your host, Francina Ayala, Empower Her coach and speaker. And I had to get this up in my space today because, like I said, audio wasn't as good last week. Oh my goodness, I put us back a whole year. And I want to make sure that it is clear and you're able to hear it pristine. So, but before we dive in, I have to ask you something. When was the last time that you said yes when every fiber of your being wanted to say no? Let that sit with you for a little bit. I think because ultimately, like, it's something that we grew up implementing into our lives because of beliefs and what we were introduced to, right? But I see you, I feel you. And today, we're talking about something that hits so close to home for so many of us: the courage to disappoint others. I know. It's a deep one, right? But here's the truth bomb. I'm dropping on you right out the gate. Your need to people please is going to definitely go away. This is something that we have to really understand what is being presented so that we know how to move forward, so that we know what to expect from others and how to address it. So, are you ready? All right, get your favorite drink, coffee, tea, whatever, water, whatever that may look like. Let's dive in. So, a little bit about me, if you don't know already, I'm an Empower Her coach and speaker, and I'm all about confidence, stepping into your power and purpose, and transformation. And so, a little bit of what I do. Guess what? Really quick, you're not in it alone, because there's tons of women out there that are struggling just like you, who want to be there to support you.
Francine Ayala.
All right. So if you don't know already, I host summits and conferences in the Los Angeles area. And we have our Women Empowerment Conference, Rise, Thrive, and Elevate, coming up on September 27th, literally a month from today. Today is August 27th, 2025, and it is a month away on September 27th. So the QR code is going to be right there at the corner. So definitely scan the QR code, join us. It's going to be an impactful day because I'm going to bring the fire. If you don't know already, this is what's happening, and I want you to join us. So we have speakers coming in, including myself, and I just can't wait to be in community with you all. All right, it's clear. Yay, Martha, you're the best, hon. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So here we go. So the people pleasing trap. I have to bring up my notes because I want to make sure I bring it all to you and ask questions along the way so that I can answer them. If you've experienced it, engage with me. Okay. So let's talk some real talk. Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever, oh, wait, you're probably listening while doing 10 other things, right? Because you said yes to too much already, right? So you're probably running around the house, doing things, attending to people, but I get it. So you can put me in your ear on speaker, however you want to do it. But seriously, let me paint you a picture. You wake up, and before your feet even hit the floor, you're already thinking about maybe everyone else's needs. Your partner needs this, your kids need that, your boss expects this, your friend is going through something and needs you, needs your support. And somewhere in all of that, you disappear. Does this ring a bell? It's okay. Been there, done that. You know what I realized though? People pleasing isn't actually about being nice, it's about being afraid. Whoa. We're afraid of conflict, afraid of rejection, afraid that if we show up as our real selves, people won't love us anymore. Yeah, crazy. But here's what nobody tells you about people pleasing, it's actually a form of self abandonment. Every time you say yes when you mean no, every time you dim your light to make someone else comfortable, every time you choose their approval over your own truth, you're actually abandoning yourself and your soul. Your soul is keeping track. So let me share a personal story. I remember when I was building Wheela. If you don't know, Women Empowering Women Living Authentically, it's a nonprofit now that we absolutely love to support other women that are thriving. And I had this friend who would constantly ask me to help with her projects. And I'd say, even when I was, basically, I would say yes, even when I was drowning in my own work, even when I was exhausted, even when it meant staying up till like 2 a.m. to catch up on like my own stuff. Why? Because I didn't want to let her down. And that would look selfish as well. So how many of you are doing that? Like, I don't want to be the bad friend. I want to look good. I don't want to come off as selfish. Yeah, any of you experience that? All right, Martha, welcome. Happy to be here. Yes, girl. Hey, Rico's in the house. Hey, Rico. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you guys. All right. So, been there, done that, where you're helping everybody else. Yeah. I was actually afraid she wouldn't like me anymore. But you know what happened? Eventually, our friendship suffered anyways because I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't being my true self. And then I had another friend that understood my last minute cancellations. She understood I needed to work late and be present for my career and my business. I started showing up more for me and my business because someone else recognized my efforts. I remember her saying, "Girl, don't worry about it. It's just, like it was her birthday weekend and I really couldn't go." And she's like, "Don't worry about it. We're good. Take care of you." And I'll never forget those words. And that was like in 2016, 2017. But it felt amazing that somebody understood what I was working at, what I was accomplishing to do. And it felt so refreshing. But because like the thing is, she knew my heart overall. And that's where we have to understand the people that are expecting all of these things from us. Are they really our friends, or is it because we keep showing up for them? Think about that. The cost of people pleasing isn't just your time or your energy, it's actually your integrity. It's your relationship with yourself. It's your dreams getting pushed back. It's while you basically you're getting your dreams pushed back while you attend everybody else's like fires. You're putting out fires for everybody else. But here's the kicker. The people who truly love you, they don't want you to sacrifice. They don't want you to sacrifice yourself for their comfort. They want the real you, not the people pleasing version, as I just shared about friend number 2. So, have you ever experienced that in your own life without even realizing it? And I think this is really profound, that there's a realization, there's an awareness of you understanding that. Yes, Martha. See? But sometimes we don't realize that we're doing this. And that's why it's so good to understand what's happening in our lives and how we're showing up. Oh, you guys, I have so much good stuff coming. All right, so here are the hidden costs. Let's talk about what people pleasing is really costing you, because I guarantee it's more than you think. First, it's costing you your dreams. How many times have you put your goals on hold because someone else needed something? How many times or opportunities have you missed because you were too busy being everything for everyone? Second, it's costing you your energy. People pleasers are exhausted because they're constantly giving from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty vessel. And third, this one's big. It's costing you authentic relationships. When you're always agreeing, always accommodating, always saying what you think people want to hear, nobody really knows who you are, including you. You don't even know. You find yourself spiraling out of control because you're like, wait a second, what about me? And then we get frustrated at the people that are draining us, when in actuality, it's us. And this is where a lot of people get lost in that thought process and like, wait a second, it's them. I'm like, no, it's actually you. And when I do my coaching and I help bring this awareness to people, they start to really have those aha moments. And those aha moments are the best. Like, I literally want to coach for the rest of my life just to see the faces and those aha moments in my clients, because they're, oh God, they breathe so much life into me, because I know I've been there. I've gone through the terrain. I've gone through the battlefield of really diving deep into all of the things I was doing, all of the self-sabotage, all of the limiting beliefs that I was doing to myself. And so for me to really to really go after and support others in that process, oh, it brings me so much joy, so much happiness, so much fulfillment. So here we go. Oh, people pleasing is a disease, in my opinion. It's not a disease. Oh, you're funny, Rico. I love that. it's it's just a behavior. It's a behavior that a lot of people are unaware of. And that's why, you guys, I'm going to share a quote at the end. And you guys have no idea how impactful this quote is going to be. And I want you to receive it with so much love and gratitude, because it's a powerful one. So thank you, Rico. It's a behavior that we get to change, but I appreciate that. All right. So, okay. I had a client, let's call her Sarah, who came to me completely burned out. She was like the yes woman at work, the friend who needed something, she was there. The family member who organized everything, all the gatherings. Yep. And she was miserable. So she said to me, Francine, I don't even know who I am anymore. I've been so busy being who everybody else wants me to be that I've lost myself completely. Anybody else? Anybody else go through that? Yeah, it's very disheartening, but we don't even realize it's happening. But yes, we get so caught up in everybody else that we forget, like I said earlier, to fill our own cup. What is it that we get to enjoy? So, anyways, that broke my heart because I saw myself in her story. And like, maybe you see yourself too. Here's what we discovered though together. Sarah wasn't actually helping anyone by saying yes to everything. She was showing up resentful, overwhelmed, and half present. Her relationships were surface level because nobody knew the real her. The people in her life had gotten used to her always being available, always saying yes, always accommodating. And when she finally started setting those boundaries, Some people weren't even happy. But you know what? The people who truly cared about her adjusted. They respected her boundaries, and her relationships actually got stronger because she was finally showing up authentically. And that's what it's about. It's really understanding who you are at surface level. Actually, not even surface level. It's down deep, because at surface level, you start presenting this facade of who you think you are because you're positioning yourself to be what other people want you to be. So when you really dive deep and discover your passion, your love, your wanting to support others in a way that's healthy for you, you live in so much more love, abundance, gratitude. And that's where life becomes so beautiful. And of course, I'll be sharing a lot more on that as time comes, as episodes and weeks progress. So the fourth cost of this is the biggest one. People pleasing is costing you your purpose. And I remember having this conversation not too long ago with someone, and they're like, I don't know what my purpose is. And I feel it's necessary to remind people your purpose, of their purpose. See, the thing is, we're too busy in our human lives, what's going on around us, that we don't connect to our spiritual lives. And that is where our purpose holds value to us. That's where God is placing within us this purpose to help and serve others on a larger level. So what does that look like? People, I do coaching too. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I've mentioned it in several episodes, but not only do I coach others, but I also receive coaching from my coaches all the time, because I'm constantly personal developing. And one of the things my coach said was that we are constantly, of course, I drew a complete blank on my message, what I wanted to share. It's going to come back, because let me see where I was on my notes. Its purpose required, it's costing you your purpose. Okay, so I was talking about purpose. And oh my goodness, I kid you not, it literally left me like this. And on a live, that's not fun. I'm like, that's not fun. Okay, it'll come back to me, you guys. I'll come back. But it did revolve around our purpose. And so whenever I show up in my coaching sessions and masterminds, I'm still learning. I'm still receiving guidance along those lines, of having that opportunity to listen. I knew what I was going to say. She told us, don't listen with your head. Those are our thoughts. Listen with your heart. And I was just like, how many times have people said that and it didn't stick? But the 50th time, or however many times you've heard it, but this time it did. And that's where it was like, yes, you're right. Like, how did I not catch that before? So that was something I got to receive yesterday. So that's why I say, when I share these things with you and you're looking for your purpose, listen with your heart. It will guide you, because our thoughts can be overwhelmed by emotions, by the outside world, by our human form. But when we move forward with our heart, that's where we get to show up as who we're meant to be in our purpose. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are still with me. Show me love. Let me know if that is resonating with you. And then I'll move on. I'll come back. Okay. Oh, excuse me. You cannot live your purpose while you're living for everyone else's approval. It's impossible. Your purpose requires you to be brave, to be different, to sometimes disappoint people who want you to stay small and comfortable. Yeah, it happens. Now, the courage to choose you. How do you break free from this pattern? How do you find the courage to disappoint others and choose our authentic path? First, we need to get clear on something, okay? Setting boundaries isn't mean. Choosing yourself isn't selfish. Disappointing others isn't cruel. You are not responsible for managing other people's emotions. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You are not responsible for managing other people's emotions. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen on that? If you understand that, life is going to get so much easier for you. Because everybody has an internal dialogue of emotions and things that they get to deal with, that they get to process. Your job is to show up authentically, kindly, and with integrity. Their job is to manage their response to your authenticity. Practical advice begins here, okay? I want to give you this. Here's how you start. Number one, you guys, journals, pens, grab your phone, put it in the notes section. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's a really good note. I'll open up my notes section and I'll start typing. Okay. You don't have to revolutionize your entire life overnight. Pick one small area where you can practice saying no. Maybe it's not automatically saying yes to every social invitation. Maybe it's not responding to work emails after hours. Just try that. Number two, get comfortable with discomfort. When you start setting boundaries, people might push back. They might be disappointed. They might even get angry. That's their stuff to work through, not yours to fix. Number three, remember your why. Why are you choosing this authentic path? What dreams are waiting for you on the other side of people pleasing? Write it down. Look at it every day. I love doing this, by the way. When you have this book of just like what it is that you want to accomplish and you're looking at it daily and you're responding to it and you're showing up and you're excited, that's how you get things moving in your life, because your brain wants to believe you're chasing big things. But if you're telling it other things that aren't serving you, it's going to believe it no matter what. So feed it creativity, feed it positivity, feed it dreams, goals, ambitions, excitement, travel. Travel makes me so happy. So guess what's in my book? Constant travel. I'm traveling like several times next year and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But that's what keeps me motivated, keeps me excited, keeps me moving. So what keeps you going? All right. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Thank you, Martha, for the love. Thank you, Will. Oh, I got an amen. Rico, amen, with an exclamation point. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Okay. So when I left my corporate job pursuing my coaching business, I disappointed a lot of people, mostly my family. They thought I was crazy. Some friends didn't understand. They thought I was crazy too. There were people who thought I should stay in my stable job and stop chasing my dreams. Technically, I shouldn't say they told me to stop chasing my dreams. It was more the way they responded to my dreams, because that's how they saw it, right? I didn't see it as my dreams. I knew it was a goal and it was a desire of mine. Now, have any of you read the quick off-topic reference, read the book Think and Grow Rich? Anybody read that book? It's phenomenal, by the way. Rico, traveling in Disneyland. Yes, I was just there Friday, going back on Sunday. I can't wait. So yes, if any of you have read the book Think and Grow Rich, one of the things it talks about is you have to have a burning desire to go after what it is you want to accomplish, you want to set out to do. You have to have a burning desire. Now, what I do is, so many people can have this burning desire, but then their limiting beliefs and decisions and doubts and fear and all of the, right here, my coach calls it the itty bitty shitty committee, that just sits here and tells you you're not good enough to do it. It seriously does. And so in order for you to get past all of that and to have that burning desire and stay focused on it, you got to work on what's happening up here. Because so many times for years, probably the last 7 years, because I think we're going into year 8, it would always fight with me. But now I'm so strong in my mindset that I know that when our mind, by the way, our mind will always revert to negative. Always. No matter how happy, no matter how excited you are, your mind will always revert back to a negative response, a negative thought. Something negative will always come up. So when you're very strong in your mindset and you know that that's going to take place in your life, in your thoughts, in your mind, you have to completely switch that around and be like, nope. When it happens to me, I'm like, nope, not today. A lot of people like to say, not today, Satan. Nope, not today. I just don't even give them the name. I just say, not today. You're not coming at me. You have to be so sure and aware to know that you are fighting that process, that you are going to always come out on the other side versus staying in that pain, in that negative, spiral. A lot of people go through it. Believe me, I went through it many times. Many times. Okay. All right. So you know what? Those dreams weren't just dreams. They were my calling. And every time I chose other people's comfort over my calling, I was betraying the woman I was meant to become. So I'm going to share, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to share a powerful quote I read today. This quote has come up twice in the past month for me personally. And it's beautiful because I almost feel like these are my words that were written before I even began speaking them. So there's like alignment. Who knew? There's another woman out there. She's an author and I want to say speaker. I need to read up more about her. But the words she shares, which I'm going to read the quote at the end, they're so powerful. And some of these words I already share with my audience. I already share with all of you. And so I was just like, oh my goodness, there's so much alignment with her quote and how I encourage my audience. And so I'm just like, I'm so grateful because, I know God always places the right people in our lives at the right time. And today there was somebody in my home measuring our windows because we're getting our windows replaced. And him and I were talking and, he saw my room and I had lights, and things like that. I said, oh, the lights, I have a show, an online show. He asked me about it. So he ended up telling me, he saw there's this quote that I'll never forget. And he, shared the quote, which I can't remember off the top of my head. And I was just like, wow. I go, that's the second time it was brought up to me. So I feel like I said, God always places the right people in your life, no matter what. Okay. So number 4, find your people. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your authenticity, not people who punish it. This might mean some relationships change or even end. And that was so hard for me. It's not going to be easy. I promise you, it's not going to be easy. But it's like you get to remember who you are and who you're meant to become. I'm just going to leave that right there. You're making room for the relationships that will support who you're becoming. Let's see how you guys are doing. All right, cool. We're going to keep going. You guys have no questions, no comments, so we're going to keep going. Number 5, practice self-compassion. You're going to mess up. You're going to slip back into people-pleasing sometimes, and that's human. Like, whenever I'm around people, friends, family, and I see them in their human ways, I give them love. I give them grace because, 1, a lot of us don't know what we don't know. And 2, they're just showing up in their human form. And that's who they are. But like I said, what I do is a lot of the coaching is very spiritual. It's very connected to who we're supposed to be, who we're meant to become. Be gentle with yourself. Get back on track. And here's what I want you to understand. The people who get upset when you set boundaries are the exact people you need boundaries with. Do I need to repeat that again for the people in the back? Remember, the people who get upset when you set boundaries are the exact people you need to have boundaries with. Can I get an amen again? I mean, I feel like that needs an amen. The people who support your authentic path are your people. And sometimes disappointing others is the most loving thing you can do. When you stop enabling someone's unrealistic expectations, when you stop saying yes out of guilt, when you start showing up authentically, you give them permission to do the same. Guess what? Those friends that I lost, they're still there. But now they respect who I am, who I'm becoming, and they show up with love and grace. And that's fine. I never stopped loving them. It was just we were headed down different directions, and that's okay. So stay true to who you are. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, beauty. I want you to imagine something with me. Imagine waking up tomorrow, and instead of immediately thinking about everyone else's needs, you check in with yourself first. Imagine saying no to things that drain you and yes to things that light you up. Imagine relationships where you can be completely yourself, messy, imperfect, real, and be loved for it. This literally just happened to me yesterday. I was in work stress mode and I still got loved for it. It's like, oh my God, thank you for loving me in my mess. Imagine pursuing your dreams without apologizing for wanting more. That's not selfish. That's not mean. That's not disappointing. That's you living the life you were meant to live. How are you guys doing? See if you guys have any questions. I get ghosted after setting boundaries, right? Rico, I'm praising you, my friend. Okay. However, remember, you got to do it with grace. Because Rico, I remember you. You could be a little blunt sometimes. No, but do it with love and grace. But when you, like I said, when you set those boundaries, it's okay. People get upset all the time. Are you laughing at me at my hot mess? I'm just kidding. Okay. The world doesn't need another people pleaser. The world needs you. The real, authentic, unapologetic you. The you who has dreams and boundaries and opinions and a voice that deserves to be heard. Your authentic path is waiting for you. It might disappoint some people, and that's okay. But the right people will cheer you on. Remember that. You were meant for more. And you were meant for more than making everyone else comfortable while you disappear. You were meant for more than saying yes when you mean no. You were meant for more than living your life according to other people's expectations. And you were meant to be you, loving, authentic you. All right, you guys, you ready for this quote? Oh my goodness, it's powerful. I want you to read it, speak it out loud, write it down, memorize it. I'm grateful I was led to this woman because I truly see I truly see myself in her message. And I want you to as well. Can you wait? Can you wait? Are we doing it? You guys ready? I'm excited. Hold on one second. Let me share it. All right, you ready? There we go. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your plain small does not serve the world. That was the quote the gentleman told me today. Your plain small does not serve the world. Remember that. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our peace automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. Mic drop, you guys. Oh my God. Oh, how beautiful was that? Can I get an amen, you guys? That was so profound. And a lot of the words that she uses and says, I tell you guys, I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness. I had to share that. Okay. So I shared the quote. Here we go. Be sure to tune in for next week's show, where I bring in food and fitness coach Ramel Taylor, who will be sharing how he helps women between the ages of 30 to 50 lose 20 pounds in 6 months by programming sustainable workouts and nutrition. You guys, I have a guest speaker next week. Woo whoop. Are you guys all coming next week? Let me get a yes, I am. All right. If today's episode hit you right in the heart, if you're ready to stop people pleasing and start living authentically, I want to invite you to take the next step with me. I work with incredible women and men just like you who are ready to break free from people pleasing patterns and step into their authentic power. Excuse me. Women who are tired of living for everyone else's approval and ready to start choosing themselves. If that's you, let's talk. I'm offering a free breakthrough session where we'll dive deep into what's keeping you stuck in people-pleasing patterns and create a clear path forward to your authentic life. You can book your session at francineayala.com/meant for more. And I'll go ahead and put it on the screen for you. There you go. And don't wait for permission to live your authentic life. Don't wait for anyone else to be okay with your choices. Start choosing you today. So thank you guys for being here, for being brave, for being willing to disappoint some people in your life so that you can finally start living for yourself. And I'll see you next week on another episode of You Were Meant for More. Until then, remember, you are worthy, you are enough, and you are absolutely meant for more. So keep shining on, beautifuls. I will see you then. Take care. Bye. All right, let me make sure you guys are good. Have any questions? Oh, good, Martha. She screenshotted it. I'm so proud of you. Let me clear this right here. Yes. Let me see where you guys are at. Live chat. Okay. Good job, Martha. And then the quote. Yes, the quote. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us live. Like I said, if this episode hit you in any way or you know there's value in it, definitely share with a friend, family member who can benefit from this. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week or seeing you guys at the conference. Share. Which way am I going? This way? No, this way. Because you know how you're backwards. All right, you guys. Oops. Take care. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.
I want to get to know what you do, what inspires you, what you enjoy.
My ability to lead really impacts women on a larger level because not every woman has the same story or the same journey. So understanding where they've come from and where they want to go helps me be the leader that I can so that I can show up in a space of authenticity for them.